So don't lose yourself. Don't sell yourself short, and don't sell the audience short by assuming that that's what they're focusing on, because that's what you're focusing on. I'm Phoenix Novell, and I'm a singer, songwriter, rapper, producer, entrepreneur.
No question, no lies, I'm a boss bitch. And God, I'm a grind till my heart quits. Is she hungry for the money? Is she all in? Is she no slave? And she gonna win. Big bands to the side, ain't no losses. Stack bands, no ties, except for my kid. Only thing that's on her mind is to be rich. And she no slave, and she gonna win. No sleep, no sleep.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Phoenix Novell, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Musicians on Gigs. This episode is entitled The Importance of Healthy Body Image. Thanks, guys, for tuning into this video. This video is really important because honestly, I really don't care what you look like. I don't care to sit here and make it seem like there is a certain type of artist that is going to be more popular or go farther. Yes, image is important. Yes, people do care about that stuff, but you don't have to be a certain size to have a great image and presence. You don't have to look a certain way or have certain facial features or have certain hair color to be popular, right? Those things are not separate. The most important thing for artists is healthy body image, is to have confidence in themselves when you hit that stage. Not everybody is gonna like you. Not everybody is gonna like your style, let alone your talent or what you were hired to do skill-wise. But I've had really negative comments made about me, about my image, about my style, about my look, about my sound, as you know, talent-wise. And if I didn't have overall a healthy body image and healthy idea of myself, when I look at myself in the mirror, when I think of myself and my value and my worth, I could have crumbled a long time ago and been completely jaded by the industry and run away and hide off somewhere. I've had people say stuff to my face, you know, even saying to me, like, I think one of the hardest things is to be compared to other performers, because it's easy to do when it's two of y'all up there, especially if it's the same sex as you, two of y'all up there doing the same thing. People see y'all. It's easy for people to compare. It's easy for people to try to create problems where there are none. It's easy. And if you don't have a strong sense of confidence within yourself, you'll easily be triggered, you know, and your insecurities can take over, and it'll no longer be about the show and how great you are at your job. It'll be about what they think about me. You know, I had some issues where I was literally trying to alter my appearance to the point where I spent more time on that than my artistry, than being an artist. So many of us lose ourselves in what we look like. You know, I'm a cover band singer. That's how I have kind of like made my name and traveled around the world. But I'm on such a small scale compared to the artists who are internationally known. Not to take anything away from me, but that amount of pressure, you know, people putting you in the tabloids, the shit I see when I open a magazine sometimes, that people will say, that people will actually print about another person's body image, you know, about whether or not they have plastic surgery, about whether or not they look attractive. Some of them even insinuate that they're on drugs, or that they're like, you know, doing some extreme dieting. And sometimes our body just does things. It's not always something that's like, you know, drastic that we're doing to harm ourselves. Sometimes our body just changes. We get allergies out of no damn where, you know, or we get a cold and now we don't have, things happen, but people can be so negative. And my advice to you artists out there, advice that I had to learn myself, that I had to teach myself, that I had to train myself to embody, is that when you hit that stage, there are more people who need to hear your voice than people who need to like what you look like. You know, like if you got the job, if you're there, I say the stage, but sometimes it's just, open mics and you're performing, and it's not always about paid gigs, but somebody needs to hear your voice. Your voice is a ministry to somebody. Being an artist, to me, being a creative, being a performer is a spiritual gift, I believe. Everybody doesn't have the ability to move people with their sound, move people with the way they play an instrument, move people with the way that they sing or speak or create or dance. And if you're in your head so much about what somebody else perceives of you, your insecurities, then you're not completely allowing yourself to be used as a vessel of, creativity. You're blocking yourself, and the ego has its place, but not on stage. I don't believe that the ego should get in the way of the performance, because I think it completely takes away from the full potential of what that can do to somebody who's watching you, somebody who's experiencing you. I know this firsthand because I've done it. I've been up there on stage and I've been completely in my head about all the shit that I wanted and wished was better about the way that I looked, about my style, about my body. That I wasn't connecting to what I was saying. I wasn't really in the song, and I don't know whether or not the people out there picked it up, but I knew it. I knew that I know what it's like to feel yourself, where it doesn't even matter, where you're just so lost in the message, you're just so lost in the emotion of the music that you're conveying, that it's almost transcendental. And there's a disconnect when we're trying so hard to make sure we have everybody's attention on us and, mesmerizing everybody with the way we look. And again, I'm not even gonna hold you. I understand how powerful image is. I understand how a beautiful person who knows how to dress well, who looks amazing, is captivating, breathtaking. I know the power of that. But I also know the power of a talented person. I know the power of a confident person who I know don't give two shits about what I think about them, because they are just lost in the moment of sharing their gift with the world. That's powerful. And that any day would trump somebody who looks attractive. I want to be moved, and I want to move people, and if my image does that, great. But I know how powerful it is to move somebody musically. I know what it's like to make people feel what you have to say, and you change their life. You don't often change people's life by the way you look. You know what I mean? Your body can inspire them to do things and to be better, usually, but usually it incites, especially if same sex, it'll incite insecurities in them, right? They'll compare themselves to you sometimes. I'm not saying I don't want to make it seem like it's just a one-way street, but a lot of times, especially if you're revealing or whatever, it can inspire insecurities in other people. Like, oh, I don't have a body like that, or I don't look like that. And you can't concern yourself with that either. But this video is for performers, for artists, for musicians who get on stage and who perform. Don't allow that part. Don't compete with another artist who you're sharing the stage with, who you could be lifting up, who could be lifting you up. Don't lose yourself in trying to be better than them, or thinking too much about whether or not the audience thinks they're better than you. Get out of your own way, right? And again, I say this because I've been there. I've never let it consume me to the point where I was hating on somebody, but I definitely was thinking in my head how I could look better and measure up because of my own insecurities, because of shit I heard customers say blatantly to my face, compare me to other artists. Don't give two shits about how I sound. So don't lose yourself. Don't sell yourself short, and don't sell the audience short by assuming that that's what they're focusing on, because that's what you're focusing on. One person, don't give them that power to ruin your moment and to downplay or put a shadow on your talent It's not worth it. And there's so many other people out there who want to watch you, who want to enjoy your music, who are transformed by, who are taken to another plane of existence because of your talent and your skill, and they just love it more than you care about having a big nose, right? Or more than you care about not having a big chest or a nice, hourglass shape. Throw it out the window. If you really want it, then do the work necessary to fix and alter those things. But if you ain't gonna do shit about it, then losing your mind in insecurities and doubts and paranoia about what the world thinks, if you ain't gonna do shit about it, is a waste of energy and time and your life force. Don't go there. Find something that you love about yourself, and I'm telling you, milk that shit every single day until your confidence is so strong so that when you hit the stage, you know you the shit. All right, dress as best as you can. Always be clean. Always smell good. Do what you can to accentuate the best parts about you, the things about you that you love, the things that you're always getting complimented on. Do the best that you can to accentuate those things, those great features. And don't even think about or downplay as much as possible the things that you think are not so good. All right, hopefully this video helps somebody. Thank you guys for tuning into another Musicians on Gigs episode. And until next time, it's your girl Phoenix Novell. Peace.